Hello and a warm welcome to the When Dirt Cast. This is episode 20. Huge master episode. You know the drill by now. We're a podcast all about things concerning the Metaverse Football League. We're your hosts, Jimbo and Calvinator, and we're going to discuss updates, transfers, developments, all that juicy great content. One important note, this is not financial advice. Do your own scouting or hire a director of Metaverse Football. Calvinator, who we got on the show today?
So today we have another Mogul on the show, and actually someone who recently became a Mogul when he packed another legendary player. So it's great to have him on the show. He owns 3 clubs, he's very active on Twitter too, and also well versed in the Web3 space. So a big welcome to BigDaddyErac. Thank you for joining us. How does it feel being here?
Woo! Phenomenal, guys. Phenomenal. Awesome to be here. Definitely a pleasure, and I definitely just hope to do my teams proud, and hope to have some exciting content for everyone out there in the Play MFL universe.
Great,
Good man, love that response.
We have a lot to discuss, definitely. Before we dive in the proper episode, we should probably talk about some live streaming. So, Jimbo, what can you say about that?
Well, yeah, we had the live stream on, was it Thursday? I thought it got to last weekend, and I thought, you know what? We've got the Holiday Heroes final day coming. I thought, let's just do a live stream for it. Didn't quite comprehend how energy demanding nearly 5 hours of streaming was, but I enjoyed every single minute of it. So I hope all of you who came along, watched, listened for 1 second to 1 hour, thank you so much. It was a brilliant stream.
Yeah, no, I only joined for the second half, but you did like a marathon stream, pretty much, like 5 hours, right?
I think 5 hours, 4 minutes, because I wanted to. There was like a meme in the Discord to do 3:04 minutes, because that's when Dirk scored, and I was like, I'm doing it, I'm doing 3:04. So yeah, it was a long one.
Yeah, and it was fueled by candy bars.
Yeah, fueled by candy bars.
Another meme from last episode. So
yeah,
that was really cool. Yeah, and on Tuesday we'll have another live stream.
Mm-hmm.
And another When Dirk Cup with the pack drop, the last legendary pack drop of the season, or maybe, well, we actually don't know when there is a next drop, so the last drop for now.
There's one more afterwards.
Yeah, one more drop, but the legendary, right?
Yeah, last legend drop. Yeah.
So the special moment, we'll do another When Dirk Cup, another little tournament. Yeah. Which actually starts like right now when we're recording. The first matches are being played.
Yeah, I think they kick off in about 40 minutes or so.
Yeah, so there will be great fun. So come watch the games. There will be, again, things to be won, definitely. By predicting some score lines, predicting some scorers. So we'll come up with some game too.
Yeah.
Win some fun prizes. Yeah.
I saw Erac. You jumped in on Thursday, didn't you, for a short while, I think?
Yeah, I was trying to get in there for the whole thing. It's actually Thursday is usually my day off in my IRL job. So it definitely worked out for the first time, because usually with the drops, that's on a Tuesday. So I'm usually trying to watch you guys at work, and I can't connect to the Wi-Fi, so the Switch stream doesn't come in that great unless you're on 5G. So try to do the best, but I did have to take the kids to the doctor, so I did have to log off. So it was definitely disheartening, but I definitely saw that you did phenomenal like always, and it was definitely cool from what I saw, what we had going on there. So
I appreciate that. And also, so if people out there know about streaming and stuff, I've recently bought myself a stream deck as well. So I'm going to try and get some groovy macros and stuff involved for Tuesday's stream, providing my IRL job isn't that busy on Monday and Tuesday, but you never know.
So that's all on Tuesday. Make sure you're there, and let's start with the updates. Our personal journey as agents, club owners, etc. So the Holiday Heroes finished. We had a couple games we played this past week. And of course the When Dirk Cup is coming up. But let's talk a bit about Holiday Heroes. Did you still manage to get anywhere with Winsome in the tournament?
No, the first knockout game I got knocked out after 265 minutes. I went down to 9 men. And I saved a penalty, but then I lost. When I went down to 9 men, I knew I was losing it. But I think the fact we got to 265 minutes was an achievement in itself. But I don't think I lost to the winners either. So bit of a disappointing show from the Wyverns, to be fair.
In the Holiday Cup,
yeah.
Now, same for me. I lost all 3 games in round of 16. So that was a pretty painful.
Yeah.
One of the worst MFL evenings, I think, for my teams. What about you, E? Did you have some teams in there making it to the last?
I have 3 boys in there, but nobody actually made it into the tournament except for the Moonbats team. So we lost in the first round. I think we lost to your one of your Calvinator teams. I think Cisneros or something like that twice in the prelims leading up, and then we never made it to see you in the tournament there for the holiday. So
for all 3 of us, it was not the best tournament.
No.
Not the best end to season 0.3.
Not at all.
Well, we can still have a nice end it on a high note with, let's say, the Wender Cup.
Yeah, maybe one of us can do well.
So hopefully that will be fun. But yeah, that will be the end of. All right, let's do some dev updates. Shall I do it again, Jimbo, or you feel like?
Jordan, I'll do it this time.
Okay, go ahead.
I think I've not done it since last year.
Yeah, that's why. It's like I'm kind of monopolizing the dev updates. So
yeah,
you go.
So the big one, obviously, we knew last week of its announcement, positional familiarity. So that's now been released. So you got to play those. You can play the players anywhere on the pitch. Obviously, sometimes you might get hit for them, overrules, ratings, etc. So all that update has been pushed on Friday. So the UI, all of that's been integrated. So if you haven't checked that out, probably a chance you might need to do some adjusting to your squads. Put it that way.
Wait, I'm hearing a lot of noises.
Can you hear that banging as well, or is it on your side?
Oh, that's definitely on my side. I think that's my son jumping up and down upstairs.
Oh, no worries. That sounds like he's having fun though. We'll leave it. It sounds like he's having fun though.
Yeah, I think he might actually be playing some football up there a little bit. Like I said, he was a little excited.
Yeah,
okay.
Project Mbappe, trying to get him to be the next, the next
a lot of
superstar,
projects Mbappe.
Yeah. You should have saw he did this little pullback crossover move today that almost got the teacher tricked up a little bit. So
breaking ankles like in the NBA, but with football, yeah. So all the points and trophies for Holiday Heroes have been distributed, which was, I think, literally instantly. Well, within about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, Yak had done it, so phenomenal on that front. Referral program is near enough there, just some sort of minor things, improvements remaining. There's nothing major. But then we've got some big things with engine updates. So there's now a stable version ready for next season, which is great. So it will be released on 17th, so the day after this 2 days after this podcast is released, on the Wednesday, the 17th of January, just before the transfer window opens for season 0.4. So some of the key sort of features, enhancements we're going to point out: pre-game tactics. We're going to get more information on that soon, but that is coming next week, which is really exciting. Extra time, which is going to be disabled at first, but it sort of means maybe when it comes to tournaments, etc., extra time is going to be in there. Penalties maybe further down the line, which is great, rather than seeing your game go to 300 minutes. Extra time penalties could be really, really exciting. Improve the overall realism and improve the defense realism as well. So that maybe that's less random clearances or avoiding defenders overlapping each other, that sort of thing. So a massive shout out to the team, and Yak said Quinton in particular to make it possible. I think a lot of the work goes on behind the scenes, obviously, but they keep pumping out these amazing updates and features and mechanics to the game, which is amazing. Yeah, pre-game tactics, UI in the back end is all done. Pre-game tactics coming soon, so the main focus will be on sort of giving us more visibility. So whether that's XG, player ratings, and tracking a few more stats. So hopefully in the future we'll be able to see that, which I think player ratings and XG are one that's going to be great. So yeah, it's been a jam-packed dev updates this week, as per. Either of you two got any particular things you're looking forward to or features that stand out to you in that announcement?
Yeah, no, definitely few and far projects doing what our guys are doing here with the updates, and always consistently making it better and better each time. I'm just happy with the familiarity. I thought it was going to be a little bit different. I didn't know that we were going to see the actual total numbers in real time. I thought it was going to be more like kind of like the way it was before, and we would have to use Ali's tool and the different tools to be able to think about it and then not really show it to us. I don't know which way I like it. I do like it that way. It makes it easier, but I liked it like having to have the tools to be able to know the true secrets. Do a little bit, because again, when you're dealing with sport, right, you have teams that go and they check out your opponents and they check out your team. So to have to do that extra digging and strategy was fun as well. So I like it both ways.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like the scouting involved with, like I said, looking at teams beforehand, and doing your own squad research and tactics, all that sort of thing. Managers who want to do that, as more features are being introduced, they'll start to show themselves a bit more and really sort of pull away from sort of the managers who maybe haven't got the time or sort of don't want to do that, I guess.
Yeah, season update. If we move there, I think there's not too much to say. So the Holiday Heroes finished, and what is very cool is that Meta Mercenaries won the Tier 1 tournament, so they won the treble. So that's a massive job Ronin did there.
Yeah.
And Rory also was added again, scoring the winner, which we saw live commentating. Yeah. So that was really great job, I would say. And then the Wonder Cup is the last competitive Metaverse football of season 0.3. So that's coming up on Tuesday, the big final. Let's see who will win that. Yeah. And I think that's all updates from the season, which brings us to the marketplace update. And it's been a really crazy market. Yeah. I would say maybe one of the best weeks, because we had more than 11K in sales, even without a drop. So no packs were bought, just only from the marketplace. And there's really too much to talk about. The splash of the week, though, was really easy to pick. More about that in a second. But I want to do some shout outs to managers being very active, such as Guitarrero, who went bonkers, kind of, who bought 13 rares for his new gold team in like 24 hours pretty much. Yeah. Also Alex trying to buy a lot of Spanish guys for his new team. Frajoko buying loads of Italians for his new team. So there's been a lot of activity. And Brandon, first gen, also trading a lot of Legos, Obi-Wan, Stagana. Almost too much to talk about. Vogel got a platinum team, Favelas FC, MFC. So, yeah, a lot. But now about Splash.
Splash of the week. There we go. Phenomenal. So, as you mentioned, Calvinator, this week's marketplace has been absolutely, insert swear word, mental. We thought last week was big, but this week has been huge. So, this week's Splash of the Week is Dio. Shock. With a $1,400 purchase. 92-year-old, Portuguese, right mid, right wing back, Jose Ponte. Probably butchered that. Apologise to that individual or anyone named that who's listening. 92 rated, right mid, right wing back with some absolutely crazy stats, if I'm honest. He's 92 rated, so you know he's going to be good. His lowest stat is 81. And the others are all just like low to mid 90s. Phenomenal stuff. So, Dio, fair play, mate. Big splash of the week. And it seemed like this week there was splashes happening every day of the week. And they're just seemingly getting bigger and bigger and bigger until Saturday during the day. The biggest splash of them all by Dio happened.
Did you join in the craziness? Did you buy a guy, or did you resist that?
I think as of right now, I was holding because I was looking to try to probably get a couple of packs, and then I'll do a little bit of buying on the next frenzy as people try to do a little bit of off selling and seeing what I need based off of what I got in the packs, because I had one cancellation on my Platinum Club, so I'm definitely going to have to make a semi splash. You know what I mean, to take care of that left back position for the Beast team. So I definitely have my eyes open for a couple things, but this past week I didn't really make anything happen yet because, like I said, I'm looking to see. Hopefully, maybe I can get my second legendary pack. Otherwise, like I said, might be going for a high 82 or something like that for that position and seeing what we got going on there.
Have you already purchased a legendary pack this transfers?
Yes, I actually had my first one, the last legendary pack that we had available.
So just an FYI, you won't be able to buy any more now because it's limited one per person during the drop seasons. So I don't want to feel like I've brought the mood down a bit now, but just in case you were trying to go for one, I think so each pack, we'll call it season, we've got right now to try and have more unique accounts and everything purchasing legendaries, they limit it to one. So I got one, I think, the same drop as you.
Oh, okay. Then that's why we got them then, probably, because of the other people couldn't get them, I guess. But no, that makes sense. That makes sense. We want to keep it fair for everybody. We want teams to grow, and we want everyone to have a chance at a legendary player. So
yeah, I thought I'd just mention that in case you tried to go for it, realize you couldn't, then go to a rare pack and see they're sold out, because that would be the ultimate heartbreak, right?
Oh my goodness, yeah, it would. Thank you so much.
No worries, man.
Yeah. Well, I still didn't buy one, so I might be
trying get in there.
To get one. Also with quests, although I missed the first 10 XP, the daily 10 XP, so I don't hope that's gonna screw me over there. But I can always try with that.
Good luck.
But yeah, also you're right with that, like waiting for the drop, and then there's always this moment where people are kind of underselling for like too low prices. Some of the guys they packed. Definitely also some people, some flippers, or we just want to make a quick buck. So I think that's also smart to wait for that moment.
Yeah. Because
now people went crazy after that positional familiarity. So yeah, that's good tactic, I think. So
yeah, no, and I've had it happen before. Like you go to try to fill a position of need, and the next thing you know, you get a pack, and then you get that position as well, and then now you're like, oh, great. I mean, again, it's always nice to have plenty of treasures, you know what I mean? But you want to try to fill those holes that you have to make it as strong as you can. So
yeah,
definitely.
No, fair enough. So yeah, so wait and then buy a rare pack, and then see what will be in there, and then get active on the market. I think that's a good way to move forward. Yes, so we'll definitely see way more marketplace activity, maybe even another massive splash like Dio did this week. Who knows? Yeah. We'll see. That brings us to how Dirk, and Dirk actually for once stepped up. He stepped up. It's like when they needed him the most, he shined, I would say.
Yeah,
because he scored this winner, right?
He scored both the winners in the quarterfinal and the semi-final of the Holiday Hero. So in the quarterfinal, he bagged a goal in the 304th minute, which is where the 304-minute podcast / stream joke came into existence. So looking at his stats now, across the two games, he had 6 shots, albeit 2 on target, but the 2 on target were the goals, right? So it's decent. But I think that's the most stats I've seen on his last couple of games, and was probably throughout the whole of his season 0.3. So, fair play, and he got him to the final, and then he handed the reins and the responsibility to Rory, who did the rest from there.
Yeah, it seems he really in the semi-final is one of his best games ever, I would say. If you look, since we are tracking his stats, right?
Yeah, it's tracking his stats. These would be the couple of games that you'd love to see sort of the match ratings for, because you might see he does like 6.5, 6 out of 10s, and suddenly he bangs like 2 9s out of 10s, and you go, yeah, he really had his Weetabix this morning, sort of thing.
And now with player ratings coming up, we might even be able to track him even better. So
yeah,
that will be great. So this is promising for season 0.4, definitely.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on Dirk, how he's doing as always. Did we have any question for why Dirk? I don't think so.
No, but what I will do though is, Erac, I will ask you the same question as last week. What is your top 3 candy bars?
Oh my goodness, I tried cutting back on these bad boys, but
Or Calvin will ask you what's your top 3 vegetables.
Yeah, also you can pick.
Oh, I can do that easy. I mean, top 3 vegetables, I would have to say would be like maybe string beans, broccoli, and then spinach in that order.
Ooh, nice.
Top 3.
So is in the top is string bean or
yes.
Spinach?
No, string bean's definitely my favorite. I'm a string bean kind of guy, but in regards to the candy bar breakdown, I mean, are the peanut butter cups considered a bar? Because I would definitely want to go with that one first.
I mean, I don't really see them that much in England, so but we'll agree to it.
We'll allow.
They're just
we'll see what
they're
the
little
American
circle
viewers think
cups.
to
I mean, I don't know if you guys would consider them pies.
I would. I mean, they've got chocolate on them, right?
It's a treat, right? Yeah, there's chocolate, peanut butter in the middle.
Yeah, they count.
I mean, they make them in bar shape too. I think they make these weird bars now with these extra nuts and some nougat and stuff. But I don't like the extra stuff. I just like the peanut butter and the chocolate. But
that counts.
Other than that, then I would go with the Snickers and then the Milky Way as the other number 2 and number 3.
Ooh, interesting. Snickers seems to have quite common appearance in most people's ratings. So
yeah, it's what you need when you get hangry. You know what I mean? I was in that position the other day. I was getting a little upset. My wife's like, "Oh, you look mad. Here's a Snickers." You know what I mean? And I definitely.
What's the advert? It's like, you're not you when you've not had a Snickers, or not you when you're hungry or whatever it is, isn't it? Yeah, and they pass on Snickers and
So
good answers. The viewers will be pleased with that we've asked that question.
Yeah, if we ever get sponsors in MFL, Snickers might be a good one to approach.
I'll happily have that as a sponsor, or
maybe.
MFL as a sponsor. No, I wouldn't mind a podcast being sponsored by Snickers.
Maybe when someone
makes
Snickers.
it, I'll happily take that. Is it Nestle? I don't know who makes Snickers. Nestle? I don't know who makes them.
Oh, what is it? Is it Mars?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It could be Mars. Yeah.
Or something.
One of them.
Yeah. I mean, regardless. I mean, it's definitely approved by what is it, like 19 out of 20 guests on the show. So.
Yes.
So they should definitely make a stake here if they want it, if they know what's good for them.
Exactly.
They should.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's time for the proper Meet the Moguls time.
Yes. Let's meet our mogul.
Let's meet our mogul. Yes. And as always, our listeners will know which question I'm going to ask right now. Is what's your MFL story? How did you find out about MFL? How did you get into it?
Well, MFL, I believe I got the email, and I checked it out. I think I believe I missed the first drop, and then on the second drop, I went for a rare pack, and I got, I believe it was my 19-year-old Englishman. So with that, it kind of set me on a journey of, what do we have going on here? What are we looking to grow, and what is this project all about? Because again, I started with the NBA Top Shot, so I was comfortable in that Dapper Wallet ecosystem, and I was just excited to, see what and where we were going to go. If you were to tell me that we would be where we are now back then, I would be surprised, because again, from what I've seen on the Ethereum blockchain, would lead me to believe that I would be let down here. And, on the Flow blockchain, though, it's a little bit more robust. You can do a lot of these microtransactions. You can do a lot of these things lightning quick and incredibly cheap. So definitely, helped us progress to where we are now. And again, now seeing that where we are now, I'm kind of, I might actually make it harder for these guys, because you talk about the headset coming out with Apple and all the integration between Flow and Apple and the coding and all this other stuff. And it's like, wow, where could we go? Yeah. So that's pretty much my story. I started, pretty much right in the beginning in the infancy. Once I started getting packs, I'm pretty much a pack addict. I'm a collector at heart, so that's what got me into the NFT space. You know what I mean? I'm a collector of sports cards. I'm not sure the people at home can see, but I know you guys can see. I have some Funko Pops and stuff around me here. So I'm a collector of those kinds of things. So, to actually own a player that you can grow a story around, so now you can have a narrative. And then it was like, hey, by the way, we got clubs coming out, guys. Take your shot at a club. And now it's like, whoa, wait a second. You can build a history of a club, and you can build out this fantastic story. And again, who doesn't love sport? You know what I mean? One of the best ways to build a narrative is through sport and the excitement of sports. And, I have 3 teams that I roll with right now. I have a 4th in the Stone League that right now is in the barrel. And I want to see, again, in terms of my journey and where I'm going with this, I like to use this to kind of prop up some of my favorite NFT communities. That's why, again, being part of Play MFL, it's awesome to see, a Flunks community team, and it's awesome to see a Flovatar and a Ballers community team. So I would love to see people from different blockchains. I would love to see people from Sol come in and make a team that supports, and see a whole Twitter section of Sol people coming in and being like, yeah, you Flow guys don't know crap. We're going to beat your butt. You know what I mean? Just get some hooligans and have some, hacked accounts on Twitter. I want to see crazy stuff going on. I want it to be like real Web3, so that's pretty much, I guess, the how I started here, and how I want to see it grow and where I want to go from here. It's definitely an exciting place, and the sky's the limit with what we've got going on here, boys.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I wanted to kind of follow up on that, because when I checked your Twitter bio, I saw you have so many projects, and you're, as you just told us, you're very well versed in the Web3 NFT blockchain space. So just out of interest, if you would compare MFL to maybe other projects, or what do you think are some strengths, or what could MFL learn from other projects? What could other projects learn from MFL? Like from your experience, what would you say about that?
Oh my goodness, you know, that's a tough one to a certain extent, because I don't know if there's much that the MFL guys can learn from other people. To be quite honest with you, I think for the most part, it's everything that the other guys can learn from them. You know, how to build a community, how to build loyalty. You know what I mean? How to build, oh my goodness, that passion. You know what I mean? Because our people are passionate. You know what I mean? Like we've gone out here, we've had basic Twitter accounts, and the ones that love it the most made additional Twitter accounts for their clubs, and you try to push it, and you try to get the followers, and you know what I mean, and you enjoy it. And it's not something that you're doing because you want to sell your entire account. It's something that you want to do because you want to build a legacy.
Yeah.
And you know, that's what I love about it. You know what I mean? Again, in regards to my NFT journey, my Moonbats thing is a little bit special to me, because we were a group of people that, again, a rugged community. We had one community member that was actually curating our collection, and he was like burning tokens and trying to limit it. And then people that were flooring it, he was just burning them, and he wouldn't buy them, or he would buy them and burn them and get rid of them and do different kinds of things to make sure that you know, the right people had our tokens in their hands. So then when I saw, you know, with, you know, Play MFL, well, here's a way that right now we don't have devs, we don't have anything. Let me try to support my community, get us into something to enjoy. This gentleman actually ended up buying the community, and now I'm a team member. I'm kind of an Imagineer in terms of like where we want to go, what our goal is. You know what I mean? Because that's the problem with, you know, they talk about market fit. It's like, what's the goal? You know, the goal for Play MFL is to create an amazing game that you can get into and that you can be proud of and support in your own way. You don't have to go with, you know, this blue and red color or this green and white color. It could be anything you want. The palette is yours to create, which is, again, something that Web3, they talk about art. You know, we're creating sport art to a certain extent.
Great. Lovely to hear that. Yeah, so you're very confident and positive. And as you say, yeah, we're all super passionate. I don't think a lot of guys in the community are really in there for money or anything. It's just we love the game and we love to contribute and play it, and that's it, right? That's really,
oh yeah, and again, we can't deny it though. The money is there. You look at the activity. We have a very robust system. We have stuff moving around every single day. Stuff is moving. It's not like we're 2 weeks and we haven't sold an NFT. You know, it's stuff that is consistently moving. So
I think it's quite interesting. You bring up that topic there about like marketplace activity, etc., from both of you, because about 2-3 weeks ago, the legendary market was quite stagnant, and then we fast forward 2 weeks and we've probably had about, if we include trades, I don't know, maybe like 15, 20 legendaries have swapped hands. So there's still the upper tiers of say prices and players still changing hands. And I want to touch on your bit there about you saying how MFL creates like a great loyalty and community, and how they've done so well with that. I think just to touch on that, add that as well, I think what they've created so far is something that people always want to come back to and play the game. Yes, it is an NFT and a Web3 project, but for the most part, I don't view it as that. I just view it as a football manager game. Me personally, I view it as a football manager game that is just embedded and integrated within that, which has its perks and has its benefits.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've even done some scouting myself, because I try to look, because like, again, like I said, that young man from England, Buttersworth, he's one of my he's one of my favorite players. Like I said, I got him 19 years old. I want to see him grow. I'm hoping one day he could become a GM or something, run the club, help everybody, you know, elevate. Yeah. But you know, I would love to see us be able to use some of those MFL points to be able to train these guys. You know what I mean? Maybe switch up positions and stuff, and try to do some other stuff. But we'll see what they've got. I'm sure they've got a lot of stuff in the pipeline that they can't even talk about, because that's the way the best builders build.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm totally sure of that based on dev updates and what they deliver. So, yeah, I think we're all on the same page here. We're very positive and full of hope. Okay, so about your, let's say, MFL career right now. So what's your position? Like, which clubs? You already mentioned some names, but to just like which free clubs? You have 3 clubs, right? Which ones do you have?
Yes. I have 3 clubs. The Platinum Club is Beast City MFC. That is a club that represents a kid called Beast community from the Ethereum blockchain. My second club is Cielo de Montaña. They actually are just something I came off the cuff. I took a look at where they were in Argentina. They were in the mountainous area, so I kind of used that Spanish name a little bit. I went with some of the original Argentinian colors, obviously that blue and that white and the black and whatnot. And did that. And then the last club is for my Moonbats club. Again, our journey has been a tough journey. So we were starting in that iron division. If we would have had stone at that time, I probably would have started them in the stone and try to show our rise through the Play MFL universe here. Unfortunately, out of those 3 teams, my best team has been the one that has been the original team, which is the Cielo de Montaña. The Platinum team, I purchased them, by season 2. So in season 2, I think we finished in the bottom half. In season 3, we finished in the top half. So that definitely felt good to see some success and a little bit of a progression. But again, I think I did also get 2 more legendary players. So I think that definitely helped in the mid field area. But the one that has kind of felt bad was that Moonbats team, because I'm coming into the Iron Division and I'm going with a lot of uncommon players. I don't really have a lot of rares in there. And, we've kind of been fighting in that top half, just trying to get that, top 3 position. And I would love to see us take the division one of these times.
Sweet. So it's your current gallery of players and clubs. I know you said you want to go into some pack drops in the 4th club, etc., and acquire some more players. Was it sort of the sky the limit when it comes to the end goal for you, or are you happy with sort of your current position with clubs and players?
I mean, I'm happy right now with my position on current clubs and players. I would definitely like to stay competitive in the Platinum division. It just seems like, the competition is definitely getting tougher and tougher. So I think I need to strategize more. I need to put on my Ted Lasso hat again. From being over here in America, I played some hockey. I played some American football. I was a free safety, so I'm a defensive-minded player. Defense wins championships. Offense is for flash. So, I'm looking to do that. That's why every now and again I'll take a look at the team I'm playing. I'll see where their strengths are. I might switch up my captain from, striker to defense if I have to put a little bit more pressure on and get the boys up for the game. So I do try to do that. Now, again, I don't know how much it's helping me with the engine and everything like that, but sometimes you do see that magic. Sometimes you play a player that might be a little bit less on the overall. Next thing you know, you won 2-1, and you're like, wow, how did that happen? And again, that's sport.
Yeah, 100%. So you tease us there a little bit with like your strategy and how you go about MFL. So would you say you're a pretty proactive manager with regards to scouting or buying and selling players and that sort of piece?
Yeah, maybe not buying and selling, and I haven't really traded all that much. I kind of go with my guys and I try to fill those holes for the most part. But again, we'll see what's going on in the next drop. I just recently, I think I did sell a player recently, and like I said, I do have my eyes on a couple left backs that are out there in the market. So hopefully they don't beat me up after this drop here and raise all the prices come Wednesday after they hear the podcast on me.
It's always dangerous. Like Alex said, he wants Spanish players, right? Sturgeon.
Yeah.
And then everyone was listing Spanish players with so. It might be a risky business sometimes too.
Yeah, 10%. 10% premiums.
Yeah, you've got to try and do it under the radar. If ever do, you just got to play your own game, but without advertising it.
Yes. Yeah. So I think we had a question about like your MFL strategy approach to squad building, buying, selling players. You already talked a bit about that right now. Are you also like a guy who tracks data? Do you have like a spreadsheets with all your guys or not really?
Not necessarily. No, like I say, I try not to get too crazy into it because I already get yelled at for spending too much time, in this NFT crypto journey. Again, like I said, with the 3 boys, I have to try to make time for everybody. So that's why it's been fun. You know what I mean? Like I said, in regards to our Flow family, I was able to create some NFTs with the Flow avatars with my children, and it was something that was fun to do. And now the boys, since they all have played soccer, I'm sorry, dirty word. Since they all have played football, you know what I mean?
First strike.
I am so sorry. I almost made it all the way through, but
you were doing so well.
Yeah, I was doing so well. I generally try to call it proper football anytime I'm talking about it, but it definitely slipped on me there. But yeah, no, my boys have all played, and actually, Mom had played in high school and a little bit in college. So unfortunately for me, I never had the stamina for it. Unfortunately, I was more of a short burst runner. You know what I mean? And then the hockey stuff, we have the shifts there. So I'm not used to being on a pitch for 45 minutes a clip here running around.
Yeah. But you said you are trying to involve them, kind of, or do you plan on maybe give one club to the boys later, like a legacy or?
Oh yeah, no, definitely, of course. If I can get them into it, you know what I mean. They take a look. I mean, they definitely love Buttersworth, obviously. We got another one.
Such a good name.
What was it? I think it was Dabin Chong or something like that from Korea. That the boys love, that plays the midfield. So like I said, in terms of building my team, I started from the back line going forward, because that's kind of, like I said, I'm more of a defensive minded kind of guy. And then I've got the one Brazilian up front. I call him Luciano Pavarotti, but it's Adriano Luciano, and he does that sweet music. So in the beautiful game, so it is definitely a sight to behold. But again, I still need some more key pieces. So again, anybody listening that would like to be a part of the B City Platinum team, please accept the sign. I'm looking at doing double digits here for proper people. So
there you go.
Awesome.
There you go. I've just scouted that. He's a striker, right?
Ooh, Buttersworth?
Butterworth, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that. He's actually, his first name is very English, in Clive. So
Clive, I do, yes.
If he popped out of a pack, I would have gone, cool, that's a British name. But he's unreal. Like 16, 79 rated, 86 pace, 85 shooting, and 74 dribbling. Like, you know, I'm not surprised you've got high hopes for him.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like an absolute worldie of a player, or to be future star. So
Hopefully.
And I believe in season 1, I actually found his brother, and I think Lone Star Smoker has his brother out there, because there was only one other Butterworth. That's a very unique name. So I knew they had to be related somehow in the MFL universe. So I actually signed him to the team, but Lone Star disabled the renewal, so we had to let him go. He had to move on. But I was just trying to give him that proper education from his brother, keep him straight. 16 years old, away from mom. You have to do something to keep these boys doing good out here. Proper training. So
his brother is 6 years old. It's Christopher Butterworth, and then maybe
there you go.
Maybe they got the cousin Melvin Butterfield.
Oh, maybe.
It could be his cousin. He's got hell of a hair and good stash on him, to be fair. But yeah, maybe have the whole Butter family.
The Butter brothers. Yeah, nice. Actually, you just mentioned contracts in double digits, so I think we can already ask Big Wilbert's question, because his question was, what's your process for signing players to your team from other agencies? So in terms of contract, percentages, differences, like if it's a starter or backup. You just mentioned double digits, so it's like, how do you do that? When do you approach managers? Do you just send out a ton of offers with scouting, or do you have some tactic to that?
Yeah, no, I mean, for the most part, again, for a legendary player, if you had to do, an 8 or a 9 or a 9.5 or something like that, maybe a 10 at the most. But that would be when I say double digits. I'm not trying to go too crazy here, guys. I mean, come on, we have to have enough points to be able to do something in the future here. But no, definitely, again, if you're looking for a solid player, and again, maybe it's desperation. We've seen GMs get into these points where they get into desperation and they're going after a player that's a little long in the tooth, and they overpay for that player. I mean, that has happened before in the world of sports, so I can't not say that it won't happen again with me. But again, I'm trying to compete here. I made it into the top half, and I'm looking for some more legendary players. So whatever needs to be done, to get the job done. But for the most part, I did try to see if I could get a couple of people from the United States on the New York City team. Did not work out that way. So for me, I'm kind of just trying, like I said, to fill in those holes. I need a striker, definitely maybe another midfielder. But in regards to the backup, with the way they've done this fatigue a little bit differently, it gives you a little bit more options to be able to maybe play somebody in between 2 or 3 games to give you a little chance to build back up. So again, I have to try to think about it in between this next setup. I'm probably going to pull some of my players back and see where I'm going to line up the other 2 teams. So I think my approach is going to be different based on my iron and bronze versus my platinum. But for the most part, again, you have to fill those needs that are required. So sometimes you may have to go a little bit higher than you'd like.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think you could pay a bit more for like really a quality player that can help you a lot. But yeah, if you overpay, it's also not going to help your cause in the end. So It's a nice balance, I think.
Yeah, you have to try to find it. It's tough. It's tough because you want to be competitive, and it's like if you have other people, like again, if you're trying, I'm a platinum team trying to compete with the diamond team. So if someone's offering X amount and I'm only offering this, obviously you're gonna lose your player unless you go out and purchase your whole team.
Yeah, in a diamond league, the MFL points are really much higher than so. They could offer lower share, right, and get similar points. So.
Correct.
Yeah. Jimbo, you had a question?
Yeah, I was going to say, I know that when I've done contract negotiation before, trying to bring players in, the last 3 seasons, or maybe even 2 seasons, I've always basically had starting 11, and then I've just full swapped it for the cups. So often when I've brought in players, I know, I think I had Shadowbeard as goalkeeper once. I told him in the negotiation process, I said to him, you guys not going to start for me in the league, but you'll start every single cup game for me. So I think those sort of conversations later on when you sort of like aging and development is a piece where you go, right, this guy may not play every single game for me, but I can guarantee you he's going to get a minimum of like 8 games in the cup, for example. So when we see those sort of negotiations happen, I'm looking forward to those pieces.
Yeah, I mean, right now it doesn't matter yet, but in the future definitely will be.
Yeah.
Something or with bonus ref shares if you win something or like stuff like that will be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, since that was Big Wilbert's question, E, do you have a question for the next guest appearing on the Wendorcast?
My question would be, what theme song would be your team's theme song?
Oh, nice. Okay, so let's talk about the big topic in the past week is positional familiarity. So E, let's start with you, and then I think Jimbo and I are gonna chime in too with our opinions here. So what are your takes on this feature on positional familiarity, and how will it affect your squad building and tactics for season 0.4?
Yeah, I thought I was already prepared for it before it came out. The issue that I see here is that I definitely was not based on the way that they're showing the live points. So like I said, on my 2 lower tier teams, I'm going to actually pull my players back and try to build up some new lineups from what I can see, because I was looking at it a certain way before the familiarity came out. And again, some players will stay where they were, but other players may get upgraded. Some players may get downgraded based on their need on the other team, because on some teams I might have to go, cam and CDM heavy, and other teams I may just go with the same 2-4-4 that I've been going with. So yeah, no, definitely caught me a little bit by surprise, but definitely happy to have it, because in a pinch, if you need to play a player in an offshoot position, you have that ability now. So I think it does definitely give you, or at least those of us that are active, the ability to do different things and to keep teams strong when you've played a player a little bit too long.
Yeah. How about you, Jimbo? What's your takes on it so far? You tried.
I think I've been quite lucky that my starting 11 hasn't been impacted by it at all, and I'm not sure whether to brag about that or the fact that I think I just got extremely lucky with accidentally having players that play in all positions I need them to. But saying that, I do need to strengthen the subs and like my rotational players, because I've not got all the players I want. I picked up a new centre-back this week. Just on the off chance he's also a full-back and a centre-back as well. Centre-back by primary, full-back by secondary. But I'm looking forward to the new depth it brings. But yeah, I guess I've been fortunate that it's not massively impacted me. Although it now does quite nicely. Obviously, they had we call them like the misfit players, a 61 rated who's the engine reads them as 70 odd. Now, I've got my one striker Neto, who's like 61 rated left mid, but he's a 71 rated in striker. So I find it quite funny and quite neat, just having like the grey dot next to his rating and then 71. Everyone's like, oh, man, he's definitely not. How's he 71 rated? Yeah. He's a bit OP, to be fair. So I'm quite comfortable with Ham at the moment, but I'm looking forward to. Well, I'm looking forward to like the marketplace activity, which you've already seen. I knew that would happen when it was being announced, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. How about yourself, mate?
Yeah, well, I've I think have quite some work to do to kind of make it perfect. So you said you're lucky that your team that like worked out. I think for my team,
I'm a good manager. I'm a good manager. I'm a good manager.
Yeah, but for all my sides, there are just a couple of players who don't fit in, or some don't fit in at all. So I have like a couple guys who are just pure wingbacks. He's like a left wing back, and a right wing back, and no other position. And you'll get like a -5 penalty even, on some positions. So that's like way too much, and I cannot play 4-4-2. I cannot play, so I probably have to send him away or sell him to some other team. And that's like all of my sides have like a couple of those guys. So I really need to first, I guess, pick 1 or 2 formations that are compatible, and then move some guys around, fill some holes. So there's, I think, a lot of work to be done before we kick off a season 0.4.
Yeah.
And it's also a little bit sometimes frustrating. Like you would, like, think I have like one guy who's like LM left mid, a cam, and a right mid, and then he's like -5 on CM. That's a bit like much. I think sometimes, right? You would expect him to be maybe a -1 or a -5, but yeah. That on the other hand, that's also what adds, what makes the game more fun, to make this puzzle, right? And to really and to let good managers, dedicated managers, really show their talent by building the right squads that are suitable for one formation, for rotation. So that's also the charm of it.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah. But we'll see how it will develop more. Definitely exciting times.
Some dilemmas.
Dilemmas, yes. Always some Dirk dilemmas.
Dirk.
Yeah, let me introduce this one, because we like to shake things up, and we did in the past a lot of times. Overrated, underrated, overpriced, underpriced. So last week we did like, would you make this prediction for 24 with Dirk dilemmas, and now it's really different, because we're gonna do a little lifeboat dilemma. Are you like familiar with that?
Oh, they're gonna toss somebody out?
Yes, we have 6 features.
I'll share my screen. Actually, makes it easier than having to remember.
Yeah, it makes it easier for you. I've made a list of 6 features, and you have to toss 3 people out of there. So they are all, hopefully gonna be released in 24 or otherwise 25. I'll read the list, and then you have to pick 3 that you'll keep in the boat, and 3 you're gonna toss out. So
now, can we bring them back later, or is this like we're throwing them out forever?
No. It's more to show like, who would you save right now?
Yeah.
But of course, we want all of them to be released and developed.
So like recency bias, basically, sort of thing. What do you want to see?
Yeah, like who would you rather save? Let's say.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the Dirk dilemmas we do usually, but then in a different format. So number 1 for the listeners is 2D visualization. 2, player aging. Number 3, promotion and relegation. 4 are other NFTs, so stadium, country, etc. Number 5 is the free-to-play mode, and 6 are advanced tactics, so way more options on the tactic screen to show how good of a tactician manager you are. So those are the 6 features. Which will you keep in the boat? Maybe what was your first one? Your first candidate to keep in the boat?
It's going to be 2D visualization, definitely.
So we're going to keep that.
Okay,
for the first one.
So why is that important for you, 2D visualization?
I feel like it'll make things a little bit more exciting to see where everything's running around, to see where the connections are being made and whatnot on the pitch there. Right now it's still exciting. It keeps it a little bit of a guessing game as to what's going on. But if you kind of can visualize those players on the pitch, I think that'll make it more real.
Okay, so we're keeping that one. So there's 2 more spots in the boat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say I kind of want to toss it, but I'm going to say free to play, because I definitely am for the growth of Play MFL before my own desires or anything like that. I definitely want to see more people get into it. I want to see more people enjoy it. and I definitely want to have more of that fierce competition and just be a part of something that that the people like. So
okay,
Sweet.
so we keep that one in.
yeah, and then the last one I'm gonna have to say is advanced tactics, because I do once you're able to see what the person's doing, if you're able to take a look at them and see, maybe you can try to do some quick switch ups to strategize, and again that competition aspect of it. This way you try to see if you can get that advantage. I mean, the other stuff, I want all that other stuff as well. Don't get it twisted. I don't want it to think I don't want that other stuff. Like if I could pick, if I could be greedy, I would say probably those first three would be the ones I would pick. But like I said, because I want to have us to have growth. But I also think that, like, with that growth, and once people get a chance to see it, I think they'll get hooked on the fun and the ease of it. So
yeah. So for the listeners, player aging and promotion relegation, you're now tossing out momentarily, let's say.
Yes.
We'll come back to save them again. But yeah, you say like we should first prioritize maybe just the base game and have those tactics in 2D out there and make it free to play to gain that growth, and then we focus on player aging, promotion, other NFT, right, to develop it further. Is that how I summarize it?
Correct.
Yes. Yeah, good one. Jimbo, would you agree with that choice, or would you save some more people, features, toss other out?
I mean, yeah, to be fair, I probably agree with them in terms of, like, we'll call it short term. I mean, we'll just call it like this year. I think they're probably priorities and things that I would like to save and do. All the other ones can get chucked out, can wait.
Yeah. No, I think I would also, I like your reasoning. I would also agree with that. And then when all of that, when that growth is there, and we can start with that season 1 with player aging and promotion relegation and stuff. So good. Great. So those were the Dirk dilemmas, and that's about your 2024 MFL resolutions, goals. So what are like some personal goals you want to achieve? Maybe win a title or finish somewhere, win a cup. Do you have some goals?
I mean, the main goal is to be competitive, always be competitive. If we can win some titles, that would be great. If any of the players get any individual championships or whatnot, that would be great as well. But for me, my biggest resolution, I think I want to try to be more active on social media, from not only my account, but also from the club accounts, and try to work it back in. I want to try to increase my use of AI. I've been thinking very heavily. I want to try to do some kind of like stadium intro video for the teams and whatnot. So that's what I'm trying to work on right now, is just creating some content for the clubs that'll be a little bit more captivating and gripping and stuff like that, and trying to build an audience. Like I said, I mean, in regards to 2 of my clubs, I have almost like a built-in audience there. So now I want to see if there's a way that I can maybe draw them in to what we're doing here and get them more active with what we do. So.
Great, nice answers, man.
Yeah, it's really nice goals. I think for both of us, it's also similar to be a bit more active with our club accounts. And it's really nice to get that, also those narratives and that atmosphere going. And so it would be really cool if you are able to draw more of those communities in and get them engaged with your moonbats, you said, right? It's really nice to have those guys also follow the moonbats, how they're doing, and support them, and have a little fan base.
Yeah, no, that's what we're doing. And like I said, we have a lot of international guys in our crew. So when they saw that I was doing the football like this, they were very excited, and they always want to hear what we're doing. So that's why I would love to deliver a championship for them and have something for them to be proud of.
Yeah, man, I back that. I love that community aspect that you've been talking about, all podcasts. I think it's like, that's the, I guess we'll call it the untapped potential of this. With MFL, it just needs to be like one person representing, but you can have a whole fan base following.
Yep.
I think it's so cool.
Now, anything else you want to say about MFL, the project, or to our listeners?
Yeah, no, I mean, the only thing I can say about MFL is that I appreciate the project. I'm glad the boys thought it up and brought it to fruition, because without this out here, there wouldn't be much out here to build on or hope to have. I feel like in regards to this NFT space, like I said, a lot of things are here and gone, and a lot of people don't have a lot of guidance or a goal as to what they're trying to do, and that's the one thing that I feel like there is a definite goal that is set here. That we're a part of, and that is pretty much just to be the best sports game on the blockchain. And they're doing a tremendous job of updates, tremendous job of keeping the ball moving. And again, they see it by every pack drop selling out and everything going. And like I said, an active marketplace. So I just hope to be a active participant, an ambassador, and guiding light for time to come.
Yeah, man. 100% love that. Yeah, positive people, optimistic people like yourself. We've got so many in the community, and getting more people like yourself and others, we are in for big things. Big things.
Yes. Okay, so B, thanks a lot for joining us. It was really cool to talk to you about your teams and your passion for MFL, and also the connection, what you said, with other communities and about narratives. It was really cool. So we'll keep in touch about 2024, how we're all doing in MFL, and hopefully see you another time on the pod.
Definitely, gentlemen. And again, I'll be pushing the pod, pushing the stream, and pushing MFL all the way to the stratosphere. So
awesome.
Yeah, I love that. And beyond. Yeah. Calvin, by the way, mate, you've just lost as well.
So
I don't want to spoil it for you, mate. Me and you are currently bottom of our group. We need a big return to get into the knockouts. Otherwise, it's gonna be a tough one on Tuesday to stream without our country.
We'll be very unbiased then. Sure.
We're very unbiased, yeah.
Then if we have no teams in there. But
so there we go, everyone. Episode 20 coming to a close. E, like we just said, a huge thank you for coming on the podcast this evening, this afternoon. We really appreciate it. You've been an absolutely honour and a great guest. For all of you who aren't following, haven't left a 5-star, what are you doing? Go do that right now. We love it. Thank you to all of you who continuously listen. We'll see you on Tuesday for the stream. If not, we'll see you this time next week for another episode of the Wendell Cast. Thank you very much for listening. See you later.